Hey, what's happening, you toothless Totodile? Probably one of the most requested decks for me to try in the new black and white format has been Armarouge box, especially because we've got a new energy upgrade for the deck and a new attacker as well in the Reshiram EX. And the Prism Energy just became available on PTCG Live. It was banned for a couple days or removed from the game, whatever you want to call it, because it was bugged or something like that. So we finally got access to it, I think yesterday or a couple days ago, I guess, when I'm uploading this video. So I finally gave it a try. And honestly, I was really, really impressed. Before we jump into it, though, and I break it all down, got to give a huge shout out to TC Evolutions for sponsoring the content over here on the YouTube channel. They make the highest quality card game accessories. They not just for the PokemonTCG, but also Lorcana TCG, Magic the Gathering, and One Piece TCG. I'm sure y'all are most interested in their PokemonTCG accessories, of course. They got ability use markers, dice damage counters, and dice boxes to store them all in. Check them out at tcevolutions.com. Of course, a link will be in the description, and code AzulGG will get you a discount over there as well. So Armarouge, for anyone who's unaware, because this hasn't been like a top meta deck or even like a relevant meta deck at all, ever... No. Has the Fire Off ability, which is lets you move fire energy from your bench Pokemon to your active Pokemon as often as you like during your turn. And then the Flame Cannon here for 2 fire and a call says 90 damage, and your opponent's active is now burned, which is actually relevant right now because this is kind of one of our best attackers up against Crustle. And the Crustle matchup's pretty good because we do have so many non-rule box fire Pokemon we can attack with. So we play a 3/3 Armarouge in here. Usually we want to try and set up 2 of them in play so our opponent can't go KO our Armarouge and limit what we can attack with on our turn. We got 2 Charcadets with 70 HP. The Will-O-Wisp is nice to KO Badooz in the early game against Dragapult decks. Also against Dragapult, though, it is nice to have a Charcadet with 80 HP to play around the Phantom Dive plus Hawlucha combo, which could stack up 70 damage on one of our bench Pokemon, which would be kind of annoying if they KO'd our Armarouge and our Charcadet that has 70 HP in a single turn. So we bench the 70 HP one aggressively. That becomes the first Armarouge. And then if we can't get another Armarouge out too aggressively, we can still have that 80 HP Charcadet in play, which would survive a Hawlucha Phantom Dive combo. Up next, we got the Chi-Yu in here as one of our many attacking options. That's the power of this deck, is we can move fire energy around from anywhere on our field to our active Pokemon. So we get to use fire energy, of course. We got 8 basic fires in here that we accelerate into play with our Ho-Oh EX. Ho-Oh EX's ability accelerates up to 2 basic fire energy from our hand to one of our benched Ethan's Pokemon, which could be itself. We can have this on the bench, the Ethan's Ho-Oh, and accelerate energy to itself. We almost never put 2 Ethan's Ho-Oh in play. One usually does more than enough energy accelerating for the game. Sometimes the second one will make its way into play, but usually the second one only gets benched if the first one gets KO'd. And on top of that, because it moves fire energy, not specifically basic fire energy, the Armarouge does, the Ho-Oh only accelerates basic fire energy. So you can't accelerate Prism energy with the Ho-Oh EX's ability, unfortunately, but we can manually attach the Prism energy and the Legacy energy for turn, and that opens up a bunch of attacking options outside of just fire attackers. So we have the Chi-Yu in here, which is really, really good right now because it's really strong up against Golden Go. It can also KO Ogrepons, Grass Ogrepons against stuff like Raging Bolt, but that's way less relevant, to be honest. If Golden Go wasn't popular, we probably wouldn't play this card. We have the Durant in here with its Sudden Shearing ability, which when we play it from our hand onto our bench, we discard the top card of our opponent's deck. And then for Grass Double Cults, it does 120 damage, plus 30 more damage for each prize card our opponent has taken. So usually up against stuff like Grimmsnarl and Charizard, we're opening up with the Iron Hands EX and using the Ampy very much. Our opponent usually has to respect that, or they go out of their way to KO some other 2 prize Pokemon in play, which then allows the Durant EX's Vengeful Crush to one-hit KO stuff like Grimmsnarl and like the Charizard EX. So this is our counter for those. A lot of people have asked me about the Iron Leaves as a potential inclusion in here. The Iron Leaves isn't great because it takes 2 grass energy to attack with. So we'd have to have built up 2 Prism energy or Legacy energy in play to actually get value out of it, which isn't very easy to do, especially if we're attacking with hands early and that gets KO'd, then we lose that Prism energy. So if we'd have to have like 2 more Prism energy in play at that point, which isn't very likely. So yeah, it's not great. The Durant is way better than the Iron Leaf. So yeah, we got Durant in here for that. Serendipity Mew for some draw power. Iron Bundle is actually our only pseudo Gust effect bench manipulation card. I actually cut the boss's orders entirely from this deck because I was like, I don't think we need them. And so far, we haven't needed them. Now, they might make their way back into the deck at some point, but this deck is really good at drawing 2 prize cards every single turn. If our opponent has something small in the active, we can Iron Hands it, and we get 2 prize cards. And as our opponent sets up their bigger Pokemon, we have answers for all of the bigger Pokemon. So usually we can draw the first 2 prize cards in any game situation, and then use our opponent's bigger Pokemon, or 2 prize Pokemon, or if they're not 2 prize Pokemon, usually Iron Bundle can force something into the active that would effectively be a 2 prize Pokemon, because Iron Hands could knock it out for 2 prize cards, or it's something that is actually worth 2 prize cards. And then we have a ton of different ways to knock those things out. The Durant, we have a Clefairy in here to KO stuff like Dragapult. We have Roaring Moon in here with Frenzied Gouging can literally KO anything. And we have the Calamity Storm in here, which specifically is a big deal to KO Gardevoir. Now, I know I said Iron Leaves was kind of annoying because it took 2 grass energy, and the Roaring Moon does take 2 dark energy to attack with the Calamity Storm, but Gardevoir is definitely a slower deck than Charizard, so we have some time to build up our Prism Energy and Legacy Energy in play to then take advantage of them with the Calamity Storm to one-hit KO Gardevoir EX, because without the Roaring Moon EX, unless we're in like the late game, we actually don't have a way to one-hit KO Gardevoir, which is really bad. So Roaring Moon is kind of like the best way to KO Gardevoir, and having something like that is a really, really big deal. Reshiram EX in the late game, after they've drawn like 4 prize cards, would KO a Gardevoir EX, but if they get like a turn 2, turn 3 Gardevoir and don't draw prize cards too aggressively, we're just kind of out of luck. Of course, if I played Boss's Orders in here, we could Gus around it. And we do have the Iron Bundle, but that means our opponent gets to pick what they send up, which can make things still awkward. So I think having the option to want to KO the Gardevoir is a big deal. If there was a better option, I'd probably play that instead, to be honest, because the Roaring Moon is kind of mid besides that. But yeah, I don't hate it. Reshiram in here, I wasn't sure about playing Reshiram, to be honest, because we have Durant. That KOs Grim. The big Pokemon in the format are like Grimmsnarl, Charizard, and Dragapult. Durant KOs Grimmsnarl and Charizard. Clefairy KOs Dragapult. So at that point, it's like, well, if we really need to KO something else, we could Frenzied Gouging maybe. But honestly, like I said, building up the double Prism Energy in play can be tough. So Roaring Moon is not always going to be reliable in that sense. And I don't really want to run like 2 Clefairy or 2 Durant. But including the Reshiram is kind of cool because it just kind of does it all at the end of the game. It can one-hit KO a Charizard, or it can one-hit KO a Dragapult, because it just does so much damage once our opponent's drawn 4 prize cards. So it kind of turns all of our Nest Balls and Ultra Balls into outs for one-hit KO potential after they initially KO like the Durant or the Clefairy. Now, I do play 4 Night Stretcher, but being able to turn our Nest Balls and Ultra Balls into also outs to be able to get a one-hit KO on the next 2 prize Pokemon is pretty good. So I kind of just like the Reshiram because it's just really neutrally good is how it feels. Also can KO stuff like Iron Hands. Like if our opponent goes Iron Hands, KO Charcadet. If we're up against like a Miraidon deck, Reshiram is a really good answer for that. And the Durant and Mew aren't, or the Durant and the Clefairy might not be as good of answers. Now we do play Area Zero, so we can go wide and hit really hard. Also Terrapagos can be an answer for that as well. But if we don't have the Area Zero in play or can't go really wide, then having something like Reshiram, which is just like I said, it's just kind of neutrally good, is nice for sure. Squawkabilly for the early game, I definitely would consider a potential second Squawkabilly in here because we use this thing a lot. We use the Squawkabilly a lot. Terrapagos is in here as well. The Unified Beatdown is okay. The real reason we play Terrapagos is we should just probably play more than 1 Terra Pokemon. We have the Water Pond in here with the Torrential Pump, which we can utilize through the Prism Energy plus Fire Energy, loading it up. So we just need more Terra Pokemon. Maybe just playing 2 Wellspring Mask might be better, to be honest, but the neutral attacking of the Unified Beatdown has been nice sometimes, so I'm kind of content with the 1/1s. But also, this is not a play that actually happens, but if you get 2 Prism Energy or 3 Prism Energy and a Legacy Energy, 3 Prism Energy or 2 Prism Energy and Legacy, you can Crown Opal up against decks like Raging Bolt to kind of slow them down, so it is possible to do that. But it's not like realistic. So it's not like a play we play towards. If it kind of happens, that's cool, but that's kind of whatever. I do play 2 Latias in here, and that's because Latias is super, super important for this deck to have the mobility on board. Kind of goes back to like if we could play 5 Nest Ball, we would, but we can't. So what if we just increase the number of the most important Pokemon, especially if they were prized, we'd be in a really, really bad spot. So Latias kind of is that. Like Iron Hands is also pretty important, but we don't use it every game. It really depends on what's in their active. Wellspring Mask can get our first 2 prize knockout sometime, or first 2 prize cards sometimes to get going. We don't need the Iron Hands every time. We do need Latias's mobility almost every single game, pretty much every single game. There's almost not a game where we wish we didn't have Latias in play. I also kind of had the same feeling about Ho-Oh a little bit in Squawkabilly, like I mentioned. I did try 3 Ho-Oh at some point because I was just like, in the early game, just having a Ho-Oh in play is so important because like if we have like a research and like a couple Fire Energy, it feels bad to research away the Fire Energy just because we couldn't find a Ho-Oh. So I did try 3 Ho-Oh at one point, but I made my way back down to 2 Ho-Oh. I still kept the 2 Latias because just like prizing Latias is really, really bad. Like I said, we use Squawkabilly a lot, not every single game, but for the same reason, we might want to go up to 2 Squawkabilly because if we're using it basically every single game, prizing Squawkabilly also becomes really, really bad. For the supporters, like I said, I don't have Boss in here, and I'm not saying you shouldn't try Boss out. I was just like, I don't feel like we need Boss. Let's just try and make the deck work without Boss. And so far, it has worked without Boss. It's worked fine without Boss. So I haven't put them back in. I don't know if we need them. So we got 4 Iono, 4 Research. That's it. For the energy count here, I'm not sure where we should be landing on this, to be honest. I got the 4 Prism, of course, and I think I would stick with that. I have 8 basic fire. I did try 10 and 0 vessels, but I've kind of been flip-flopping back and forth between those 2. Currently, I have landed on 2 Vessel, 8 Fire, but I could see just going back to 8 basic Fires. I don't know. I'm not sure where that should really be, to be honest. And also, I'm actually not sold on Legacy Energy. The way this deck draws prize cards, we're almost always taking 2 prize cards every single turn, and it feels like we almost always take the first 2 prize knockout, which leads to the energy or the lack of prize cards our opponent draws. The fact that when our opponent knocks out the Pokemon with Legacy Energy, they take 1 fewer prize cards. It just doesn't ever really matter. So I'm actually not convinced Legacy Energy is worth playing in here. Now that we have Prism Energy in the deck, maybe this should just be like a Prime Catcher. Maybe we do bring Gust Effects back into this deck a little bit, like play a Prime Catcher. Plus a, we could play like Prime Catcher, plus something, plus 1 boss maybe, or maybe Secret Box. Like, we don't have any tools in here. I don't think I'd add any tools, but being able to have like an extra out to our supporters, and then it also finds us a Stadium aggressively and like a powerful item card for the turn. That could be kind of cool as well. I'll just definitely say that Legacy Energy has felt underwhelming so far, and I don't feel like we need 5 Rainbow Energy. And if we really did, we could also play a Luminous instead of the Legacy. If we really feel like we needed 5 rainbows, but the Legacy doesn't really do anything, we could get a Luminous in here as well, and then turn the Legacy into like a Prime Catcher or something else, something that we feel like is more powerful. Because like I said, it's not bad. Your opponent drawing less prize cards is good, but it's been pretty underwhelming so far, that effect of the Legacy Energy. So something to think about in your testing. 4 Nest Ball, 4 Ultra Ball. If we had another really, really good Pokemon Search card, we'd probably play it in here. Great Balls was a thought, and some people in my chat did mention that they liked Great Ball in the deck, and it would be worth something worth considering. So maybe try that out if you're feeling you're lacking the Pokemon Search. I'm not sold on 3 Armarouge as well. I could see this coming down to 2. I did try that for a little bit, made my way back up to 3. Getting 2 Armarouge in play online is a pretty big deal, because stopping our opponent from being able to go like Iono, Countercatcher, KO Armarouge, or like making that like a harder play for them to be able to take advantage of is really good. So setting up 2 Armarouge is a pretty big deal. Also, I will say when we go up against decks that do play Badoo, naturally drawing into the Armarouge becomes a big deal as well. 4 Night Stretcher is great. I think if we could play more, we probably would, to be honest. And then there's also 3 Area Zero in here. This feels pretty comfortable. Never really felt like I was ever hurting for bench space to the point where we really, really need this in play all the time. We could usually maneuver our bench pretty well up until the point where we found the Area Zero, and then we could go wide and have a lot more options in play, and everything kind of came together after that. Just try not to overbench until you find Area Zero. Also, go second with this deck. I was going first at first. It was not that good, but once I started going second with this deck, everything started to feel a lot better. So I definitely say go second. Another thing to think about with that as well, specifically for the Raging Ball matchup, would be to play a single Badoo to like slow our opponent down, and specifically that'd be a big deal up against Raging Bolt. It would take away Raging Bolt's favorite play turn 2, which is Prime Catcher Crispin or Prime Catcher Sada turn 2 with an Owl and take the first 2 prize knockout. So by playing a Badoo, we would take away the Prime Catcher access, which usually stops them from doing that play. So something to consider, especially like if you're going to take this to like locals and your locals play a lot of Raging Bolt. Definitely consider the Badoo, or just try it out, something worth trying out as well. And that's it. Yeah, Armarouge box, it seems pretty good, honestly. I was very impressed by the deck. I thought the deck would just be really frustrating to play. Getting things together would just feel really clunky, really inconsistent. The game plans would never come together, but it actually comes together pretty well. So let's jump into some action, and I'll show y'all how it runs. Weeble. Reroll's genuinely great in this. You just want to find guys. Yeah, but what if I just drew into my good guys more often? I don't hate the idea of Great Ball. Like, if I just draw into Latias, then I can Nest Ball for something else. If I just draw into Ho-Oh, then I can Nest Ball for something else. You still have to find, like, a neutrally good guy for the situation. Like, if I Great Ball into Durant here, it's obviously just kind of terrible. But yeah, I don't hate the idea of the Great Balls. But what if we just played higher counts of the more important Pokemon? But I guess I did just cut an Armarouge. But, like, Armarouge is, like, slower. We don't need Armarouge. Well, we need Armarouge by turn 2. It's fair. I did just cut an Armarouge. Oh, wait, they sometimes play an answer to this guy, don't they? Wait, do I win? No. We can punch him, though. $260. Wait, how am I doing 260? Am I trolling? What's this guy do? What's this guy's attack do? Is he nuking like that? Rushy Ram, no? Bro. Come on. Lock in, bro. Lock in. Let him take a KO and retire with Chiyu? No, I'm swinging on this fool. What the heck? I'm not going to wait here until they can boss my Armarouge and punch it. What the heck? Wait, how do I... Alright, we're there. They have to have Crispin and their Stadium here to knock me out. If they got that, good for them. I'm still going to win. Attack with Rushy, get the KO. Oh, shoot, you're right. I could have used Reshiram EX to attack their Crustle and knock them out. Gosh, darn. My bad. I threw. I'm sorry, chat. We'll get him next year. He's weak to fire. Just kill it. That's a grass type Azul. Lock the fuck in. Would Frenzy Gouging have killed? Yes. If I attacked the Crustle with Frenzy Gouging, I would have knocked out the Crustle. You're not wrong. That would have happened. Is Rushy Board dead with Air Balloon add to the format? For the most part, yeah. This is where a Tool Scrapper would have been clutch. Dude, this is where I time you out, Fausty, and then ban you. How was the Ogre Box deck? How was the Ogre Box deck? Ogre Box deck? It was pretty sick, actually. The deck was pretty cool. I guess what I'm going to play in the tournament today. If you're not adding boss, add a second bundle. Dude, I got 4 Night Stretcher in here, bro. Cool it, cool it. Chill out, chill out. Have you lost your gosh darn mind? Ah, bundle. Prime Catcher then? Nah, Legacy Energy is pretty chill. I don't hate the idea of Prime, to be honest. I don't hate the idea of Prime Catcher in here. That seems chill too. More cadets. Where are the cadets? Secret Box is the problem is setup. Secret Box is not that good index where you can't access the card. Secret Box is good index where you can access it besides just raw drawing into it. Quick Search, Arvin, stuff like that. Why do you hate Tool Scrapper so much? I don't. I've never said I hated Tool Scrapper. It's just not good. It's just not good to play in many decks right now, like at all. You're projecting. Iron Head's probably the worst card here. I've never said I hated Tool Scrapper. It's a good card. It's just not good to play in basically any decks right now. So why do you hate us? I don't. I just hate Fausty. I saw someone playing Armarouge Cloth. Crazy guy. Cloth. That's why I love few decks run Prime. We thought it was going to be the only one run. This is true. Yeah, this is true. Dude, they're really trying out here. They're really giving it their all. Respect for sure. Jamming Tower seems more relevant in a lot of the situation that Scrapper would be good. Yes. Yeah, also we have Jamming Tower in the format, which in some decks is just better. Like, I feel like in Dragapult, you would rather play Jamming Tower for sure. Oh, we got the Dweeble on lock. Oh, dude, we can't retreat this. That's annoying. Wait, I can just like Water Pawn KO both these. Which is probably worth it. I don't know if I think saving the basic energy there was actually more valuable, to be honest. Like, I think the basic energy was worth more there. Oh, it's not a fire energy. Holy smokes. I didn't even realize. Dude, why are we not playing luminous energy in here, dude? What the heck? Wait, that's so bad. Chob. So I guess I should have just like Ultra Balled for this guy and then attacked with Armarouge, right? Was that my play then? Oh no, I could have kept the basic fire, right? I could have discarded this. I should have just, that's why I should have discarded this. I was like, I feel like I should discard the Prism here. I was like, I feel like I should discard the Prism here because like having the basic fires back in the deck almost seems more valuable for how many Prism energy I have remaining in my deck. But the real reason is I can't move this, but I could have moved the basic fire. Holy smokes. We're in trouble, folks. We're in trouble. I also shouldn't have done the 20 damage either, because this thing has 2 retreat costs anyway, so it's not going anywhere. And now they can Monkey Dory this damage here, putting both my Armarouges in range. Oh, boy. If Field Blower would have gone crazy. Learning a lot today. Class is in session. Yo, what's up, Dale? I thought we were splashing this turn. Yeah, no splashing. Sounds like you learned your lesson. It's learned. It's learned. Any thoughts on the Charizard Dusknoir deck you played yesterday? It's fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I don't know how I'd overly rate it in the metagame. It's really hard to rate something like that unless you put a lot more time in with it to like in the metagame. So yeah, I don't really know how I'd rate it, to be honest. Every deck from Black Bolt and White Flare? None of them. We didn't get any new decks though. Every deck in the format is I don't have one though. Yeah. From Black Bolt and White Flare, we literally got 0 new decks. 0 new archetypes came out of Black Bolt and White Flare. 0 potentially competitive archetypes, I guess. Like you could say Emboar, but Emboar sucks. So, are any of these things good as attackers? Those are all buns. Honestly, Badoo might be the best option, just to have like just kind of a little fucker sometimes. So we should have him around just in case. In case we need a pollen. Honestly, just give me that. I should just do seem kind of broken in this deck. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. This one doesn't die, which is kind of cool. Is that their second luxurious cape? It is. They usually only play 2, so I think this guy is actually just makes more sense. But hold up. Bonk him. Dude, this Dwebble is cooked. Oh my gosh, he got obliterated. Oh my, I did not mean to hit him like that. Holy shit. He's done. He's cooked. I'm so sorry. That poor Dweeble. And I should just kind of, it gets back basic energy when we need it. I mean, like when we attack with one of our attackers, we sometimes want to get the attacker back. We want to get energy back. Discard Armarouge early, recover those. Our Armarouge gets chased, recover the Armarouge. Pretty chill, pretty chill. Very chill. Yeah, I'm not sure about the Badoo. I mean, he's kind of chill, like... Pretty chill, he's pretty chill, but I'm not sure. I'm down to try and get some great balls in here. I think I'm going to play two. Prizing Latias just sounds miserable, and it seems super important for the early game to actually maneuver our Pokemon around. I think I'm going to keep the second Latias. Ever worth to play a Sarah Ledge? I don't think so. Would do... Oh. Does Pokemon get mad if you curse? No. Since you're an ambassador? No. Try the Cleffa instead of Badoo. I don't hate the idea of it, but... Also, have any ideas for a deck I could use for a tournament? I am fairly experienced with the game and the competitive meta, but I hate Guardian Raging Bolt. Play Gongo. Gongo's pretty chill. Dude, hard retreating this guy is a real, you know, it's just, I'm a big fan of hard retreating my Armarouge. It's sick. That just sucks ass. Dude, retreating this guy is so miserable. Why does he have retreat costs, bro? It's true pain. All right, I have no stadium, so I can't go wide anymore. Oh, wait. Okay. How many do I have left? Pretty good odds. Pretty good. I think we just play for the win then, right? Wait. Move. Gouge, knockout. Oh, wait. No, I can Calamity Storm. Oh, pretty chill. Another dub. Balloon for Armarouge? Nah, if we have Armarouge in our active, it's usually not that big of a deal. Like, if that means we're up against a matchup like this. And if the Armarouge doesn't die, then we're probably winning because it's not dead. So, it's not... We should... Going first is just cringe, bro. You just do less. I mean, the hand is good besides the lack of draw support. But that's okay. We could top deck. Maybe my opponent hooks me up here as well. You never know. Go first only against EV, Team Rocket, Hoot Hoot, and Bolt, I guess. Yeah, I think I agree. Oh, I thought they Iono'd me. I was like, oh, shoot, let's get it. I just played Arvin. Dude, what the heck, man? Could we ever play Fluttermane? Because Guardy is cutting down to 1-2 Gus, and we can stall down the game with Gus Guardy out of main. No, probably not. It's probably not worth it. Oh my gosh, dude. Please let me top deck. This matchup is free. Well, sometimes. Sometimes it's not so free. Hey, so do you think the Grim got any better with black and white besides the balloon? What card would you add? Just balloon is basically it. I haven't tried Grim in a while, so I'd have to still try out Tatsugiri, see if I think it's worth it. But that's like the only other thing to consider. Alright, don't let me down here. This match was bad without boss and great balls. No, you're wrong. Imagine being so wrong. It's pretty crazy. Shoot. We're coming up a little bit short here. Is it just bench, cadet, retreat, pass? Why not bundle? Why no bundle bench? I was just gonna kill the monkey with Iron Hands. That's my plan. Run to cadet and pass. I could run to this cadet. No. I could take a knockout with Ho-Oh EX, but then they just knock me out. Motivate with Legacy? Ooh, Motivate with Legacy could be chill, right? I want to save this though. I want to save this card. I want to save this for potentially Fez. Yeah, I think I just retreat pass. Yeah. I guess I could have Ultra Balled for Mew there, but that feels pretty weak. Was it Wincon in this deck? Just attack with different attackers, knock out the active for 2 prize cards, ideally every single turn. What are you playing at Worlds? Probably playing Quad Mudkip. You can amp. Go wide? No, there's no reason to go wide this turn. I just don't want to commit the Ultra Ball. Yeah, I just want to wait and see what I top deck. So just finished watching a video on Arven Pult. Which of the Pult decks you played so far has felt the best? Probably Arven Pult, to be honest. Any reason you don't play with full arts and such? I just prefer non-full arts. But even if I didn't prefer non-full arts, I would still use non-full arts because it's easier for people to watch. As far as for content purposes, I would still use non-full arts because it's easier to look at my board state with non-full arts. Is there even a legal Mudkip in the format? I have no clue, to be honest. A Motivate with Legacy would let you Mew. Well, no, I can't Ultra Ball for Armarouge and Mew. I can't Ultra Ball for both. Why do you want me to cheat? I don't understand it sometimes. Sometimes you guys just want me to cheat, bro. I just don't get it. What is this? What is this madness? Why don't you cheat for once, brother? This is weird. Well, I definitely want to do this. I want to use Ho-Oh, but I also want to play Ultra Ball. Fudge. The correct answer is probably play the Ultra Ball. Get rid of these two, I think. I don't value the Prism that highly. I'm not sure why I'm valuing the Fire higher, but I think I value the Fire higher here at this point. I'm not sure why, though. I think I get this guy because, like, Night Stretcher is active for Armarouge, which means my Armarouge outs are 5. How is that actually? 6, 7. My Iron Hands outs would be... so it would be 7 as well. It's 7 versus 7. I guess if I get Iron Bundle, I could do something else for an attack. I guess I just value the Armarouge higher then. I think so. Because yeah, if I found Iron Bundle, I could do something different for an attack on this turn. I think that's correct, right? Is Water Pond Snipe mid? That's pretty good. You mean like this turn? It's pretty good this turn. The more I think about it, I just didn't want to play the Ultra Ball there. Playing the Ultra Ball, getting rid of all that energy just felt so bad. Maybe I could have Ultra Balled away the Terrapagos, but that also feels bad. That's so much energy gone. Holy. If they replace this, I would just give it a Squawk, and that's fine. Oh, that's true. We have Chi-Yu. That's fair. Yeah, we have Chi-Yu. I forgot about Chi-Yu. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, due to the fact of Chi-Yu, that makes things a little bit more manageable, definitely. Fair point, fair point. You don't need Terrapagos here. Ditching it was fine. Energy more important. Yeah, that's how I'm kind of feeling about it, to be honest. I don't know though. Being able to go wide is like also a pretty big deal to be able to consistently like get Fez and play, get Mew and play, draw cards, play the game, set up multiple attackers if possible as well. Not sure. If they go surround you, you just attack with the fish again. Yeah, no, yeah. Chiyu's definitely, once we get Chiyu online, they have to like respect it, you know. If Scissor comes up, just bundle it out. Yeah. That's why I don't think we need well no, Soda was probably just trolling. That's like in this matchup, Gust seems like definitely unnecessary. We definitely don't need Gust for this matchup. Other matchups maybe, but what energy's on Latias? Prism Energy. 1 EXP share in this deck, maybe? You'd probably play like 2 if you're gonna play it. It's just hard to find, so it's hard to find. You have to find it to be able to get value out of it. So you definitely playing 1 is like too slow. Iron Hands is so bad without boss. No, it's not. It forces your opponent to like. It forces them to send up a different thing that dies to as a 2-prize knockout. When you use Iron Bundle, they either send up something that dies to Iron Hands or dies to something else, and you win. Late game maybe. No. We always got him. How did riding do against Dango when you're testing? Any techs? I didn't play a single game against Dango, I don't think, with it. I haven't played a single game against Dango with it. But theoretically, it's a fine matchup. Do you collect singles or shield for PTCG by any chance? No. What is this? What is this? Did they whiff? Maybe they just whiffed. Sure. Good frenzied gouging for the knockout, or I could just attack with a Ho-Oh. I guess getting 2 energy and attacking with Ho-Oh is probably fine. If I can't find Reshiram, but if I find Reshiram, I can just Reshiram it. Wait. $100, $200, wait. Like, Clefairy should knock out here, right? Unless I'm trolling. Three, 4, 5, 100, 200, 1, 2, 3, yeah, sure. Nice. How they are playing this? Is there anything in here to play around them gusting the stage 1? You gotta set up 2 of them, yeah. That's it. Setting up the second one. That's basically it. Heard Sam was already chewing up cables like his old man. I mean, I'm getting the extra turn of evolving. I feel like I care more about Badoo screwing me over by not being able to play enough items before I get Badooed more than anything, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, we'll see. I actually have been thinking about maybe we should play 2 Squawkabilly. I would like to motivate out of this hand, so I think we attach here for sure. Putting a Terra Pokemon in play to be able to go wide seems fine. I obviously don't bench either of these. Iono. Give me that. Latias, please. Nope. Cool, I mean, cool, man. I didn't want it anyways. It's pretty cringe. Bench, area 0. We can still get there, actually, though. We can go bench. I saved this for Armarouge always. I could have got a fire and put it here, but oh my. Oh. All right, Armarouge. right, let me motivate real fast. And then I guess we are, honestly, we probably just load it up on the Ho-Oh. Insert top deck flare here. Yeah, I need an animation for that. Actually, no, I'd want to attack with Terrapagos. I want to put it somewhere in case they own me and I can't find Armarouge. I just want to be able to attack. I guess this is the only thing I can guaranteed attack with. So we should go here. Oh, wait, but if they replace my area 0, what am I discarding? If they replace my area 0, I'm going to discard the Terrapagos. Well, now I'm not going to discard Terrapagos. I would have discarded Terrapagos. Now I'm going to discard the Mew. Interesting. Okay. So I should have put it on the Ho-Oh because I'm going to discard. I would have preferred to have discarded Terrapagos, I think, for sure. So definitely an error there. Oh, they play Dusknoir? Dude, that's cringe. So their deck can KO double Armarouge off my bench. I think you discard only Terra? And you'd be bench locked unless I KO? I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Oh, I guess I don't have the high enough threats. No, you're right. Yeah, I don't have the threat. So I guess I'm always getting rid of Mew here. So I should set up Terrapagos. Yeah, I always get rid of Mew here and keep everything else. Sure. You're right, yeah. Dude, how are these Dragon Ball players always having like a 0 card hand play research? What the sack? Imagine being so lucky, bro. Armarouge off the top. Okay, chill. Oh, I should have muted for one there. Oops. Zero energy is that's something for sure. Two nitros are gone. Oh, I bench the Clefairy here. I'm gonna say no, but that could be incorrect to be honest. Not getting the biggest miss there, honestly, was not getting a cadet. That's what we really wanted there was a cadet. So the lack of a cadet there was unfortunate. I bench it here in case of Iono. Yeah, in case we get Iono. I'm gonna be benching it next turn. Cause I'm playing this research for sure, probably. I just want to find energy. I want to like bench Clefairy and get an energy on it to kind of force him to respect it. How can I make a Screamtail EX deck work? Probably just can't, to be honest. I don't know. Not possible. Not doable. Improbable. At least this version of Pult doesn't play Rick Candy, so there's no threat of Dusknoir this turn. They could play it though. So I mean, some people play 1 candy. I think is everyone basically at 0 candy now? Is it all like a 2-2-1 Dusknoir line? That is a 12 card hand, bro. That is so disgusting. This is such a gross card. There's a Pult Dusk Discord too. Of course there is. Sure, that's fine. Okay, there's that cadet I wanted. Ooh, we also got Water Pawn. We get a little freaky here, maybe. Start sniping stuff off the bench. They better like Neo upper swing here or something. Oh, chill! Do we think they play... Can I just like saw block this thing? What happens if I start sobbing this? What are they gonna do? Do they play Switch or Turo? I wonder if that's the play here. Bundle then Water Pawn. Oh, that play's pretty sick actually. Okay, I'm down with you. I'm down with you. Bundle Water Pawn's kind of sick. I'm down. I'm down. Wait, no, but then I bench lock myself. If I go water, because I have to bench these two and then I'm bench locked. I actually don't love that play. Well, but now I can't sob anymore. Well, I could put this down and sob this. I could just KO the active with Terrapagos, to be honest. That was probably always just a play. Well, now things got weird. But I put myself in this situation. Let's just see what they send up off the Iron Bundle. Hey, what's up, William? Let's just see how they're feeling. Let's see how they're feeling. I was hoping they would send up. I was hoping they would send up Duskull there. I feel like it's correct to just amp, to be honest. Which is maybe the better, maybe this is the better play anyways. Like to play around switch and stuff like that. This might have always been the best play. Playing Iona here is pretty bad, to be honest. I would have preferred to definitely have researched, but this situation's pretty bad. This situation is pretty bad. All right. Yeah, maybe I should have just gone for the saw block on the Fez there, to be honest. Saw block might have just been better. Or honestly, attack with Terrapagos, remove their draw power of the Fez. KO in a Dreepy here is worse than KO and Fez, right? Yeah. Yikes. Water Pawn also lose all of our energy. That's also true. Losing all of our energy is probably not great. Still no risk of Dusknoir? Well, no, but they can KO Armarouge Charcadet here, though, with Hawlucha. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. They just board wipe my, I don't know, my mobility. I guess maybe they're just scared of Iron Hands and they're just gonna KO it because they're afraid of losing a boss, which I don't play. I just don't play boss. Maybe they're just gonna aggressively KO my Iron Hands because they're like, man, if I don't KO this Iron Hands, they just have boss and they win. Oh, okay, I guess I gotta KO the Iron Hands here. We'll see. I should have been manually attached to Terrapagos. If they chase Cadet, bundle wins you. Oh, true. You're right. You're right. I should have just manually attached to Terrapagos. Good point. Good point. All right. Here comes the Iono down to 2. I still have 4 research left. Fez is decent if they actually take a knockout. I guess they have to do something here, though. They have to KO something here because I'm not bench locked. So they could just lose to Clefairy if they don't do something. It's like it's cool and all, but Golden Go exists and it just seems more fun. What? Golden Go is one of the least fun decks in the format. Golden Go is so boring. I guess we just win, yeah, sure. Dumb. We Squawkabilly like every game. We maybe should just play 2 of these things. I'm tempted to go Ho-Oh here, but it's probably better to get a Charcadet, right? Yeah, the Cadet is probably better. And this attach active, and we just play for like a turn 2 Full Moon Rondo or something like that. Sorry, we got that turn 2 full moon. Where can I find a list? All my lists are in my Discord. Check them out there. What's your favorite type of rondo? D's rondo. The Iono's pretty nice here for sure. How many guardians have you killed with moon? All of them. They're all dead. Don't ask me about that. Don't ask that question ever again. None of them survived. A dingus, bro. What the fudge? Oh shoot, hang on. We're kind of cooking right now. This. And with one of these. Actually, that Iono was just disgusting. Yeah, we're actually farming them here. We're farming them. Come on, I don't whiff these. I don't whiff these. Dude, I whiffed these, bro. I whiffed. We have to attack with the Ho-Oh? That's so cringe. Dude, how am I going to be whiffing out here like that, man? Gosh darn. We just needed a freaking Prism or a Luminous or a Legacy or a D's, a Doze. I mean, it's still a pretty good setup. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to complain too much. I'm just going to complain a little bit. And y'all just have to deal with that. Why no Luminous? Because we have Prism. And 4 Prism already might be too many, so we'd already maybe cut back on that a little bit, to be honest. Prism is just better, yeah. Go back to the Badungus? Alright, alright. You could have more? True. We could just be playing more. This is actually facts. Let me go read the difference between the cards. I guess I forgot. Oh, they are different, yes. They're very much different. So, how was Dragapult Frostlass? I've never played the deck, but the deck is definitely just bad. There's so many good plays to make here if we can just find a Prism. I saw it in your lists. What? Oh, wait, maybe it's bugged again. Oh, there's a bunch of lists that aren't mine in here, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Someone else's deck lists are being put into my... I have to message Alonzo about that. Cool top deck. We just water pawn here and KO both. We take out the Dracloak, right? I assume that's just the play. I go like... Attach. I don't know. Alonzo probably testing things. That or I think other people's are getting leaked into mine. I'll send him a message. Oh, that makes sense. I definitely want to keep the energy on this. Wait, dude, why is it... Wait, what? Oh, okay. Send it all back. I guess I could have actually, you know what, maybe that was a mistake. I could have left the Prism energy on the active and shuffled one more fire back, so I just have a Prism in play to work with. That could have been correct, to be honest. Yeah, exactly, Snoopy. Yeah, I think that's right. It just creates more of a threat on board. For sure, for sure. Counter catcher, bro. Oh, that is kind of cringe, actually. That is annoying. It's not that big of a deal, though. We'll be okay. Also, have you seen Scorch and Dango? No. Good against Crushel and the Ditto. Seems okay. Also good against Ogerpon too, right? Or is it not even that good against that? I think using this for a fire is probably fine. Well, how many nitrators am I down? 1? Yeah, that's probably fine. They kind of have to KO my Clefairy next turn. They don't really have a choice. I think I want to bench this, though. I'd like to bench another Charcadet if possible. No such luck. Oh, this is actually a little weird. Maybe I attack with the Terra because I want to leave the energy on the Clefairy so they can't just KO Armarouge and limit my Clefairy, right? So I guess I attack with Terrapagos here. Yeah. This seems fine. Yeah, this seems fine. Usually correct to Iono then Fez as opposed to Fez and Iono. Yeah, usually, yeah. Because you want to build on your next hand. As long as you're always going to Iono, you want to build on your next hand. But sometimes it's not, depending on the composition of your deck. Big brain play was to attack with you and copy Bite with Clefairy's weakness. True. Just bite the Dreepy. Does the deck suck into Bolt? No clue. Seems unfavorable, but not terrible. Yep. We can just like Punchy active with Armarouge here as well, though. If we get Night Touch or Prism, we win, but our Ho-Oh Punch is fine as well. Yeah. I would definitely say Bolt is unfavorable, probably. Because Iron Hands doesn't KO Baby Bolt, which is really annoying. Yeah, there's like a lot going on. Like, he just kind of farms Bolt. You have to find it. You have to find it before they find enough Guts effects to just win the game. Why do you play Gladius? Because it's really important. It's effectively like playing a 5th Nest Ball. Like, we would play 5 Nest Ball if we could, but we can't. So what's the next most important Pokemon to add to the deck that, like, trying to naturally helps us the most? And it's probably Latios. Honestly, second Squawk could be good as well, but Latios is, like, super important for the mobility. Also, most punishing if it is prize. Squawk is usually probably less punishing if it's prize. We don't need it every game as long as we have something we can do. But if you prize Latios, it just feels terrible. You don't need Prism even, just Stretcher. Oh, that's true, because we have Mew. Yeah, I forgot about Mew. Could you put Owls in this as a draw engine? No. That'd be bad. Well, Mew for 1, I guess. Well, I don't think benching this Armarouge does anything, or this Charcadet does anything, right? Or does it? It actually might. I mean, it gets out of my hand so I can draw more cards with Mew next turn. That might be a good enough reason, to be honest. Wait, this is kind of weird. I do not feel that comfortable, confident in this situation. When did this Water Pond end up in play? That guy's kind of a scam. I used it, though. I used it. Because right now I can just get Ursaluna. They could go, like, Ursaluna knockout, and then... I don't have a great answer to that. I don't have a great answer. Maybe I should just punch with the Terrapagos here, because this thing dying's pretty bad. Yeah, I actually probably shouldn't have attacked with this. It spreads my energy too thin. Maybe I bench my Iron Hands too aggressively as well. Imagine if you play Boss and Ursaluna here. Terrible. You prefer crunchy or smooth peanut butter? On average? I mean, they're both good, but probably crunchy. So like that had a copy of Minior. I don't know what case it would be used for. It's the Minior's there to stop like Maractus. You know, I just lose. I'm pretty sure I actually just lose. Well, I can sob. Actually, wait, we have a sob win condition here. What are you eating? Pasta. I guess I can sob into Terrapagos or something like that. So do you think Mega Guardian will help with that? I don't know. I'm not thinking about future formats. Don't have any questions about future formats. I think I just restart for 1 because if I get Nest Ball or Ultra Ball, then I get Fez, and Fez becomes +3. to increase my odds of finding the energy for the Sob into the Terapagos combo. Or I cry. Oh, I guess my Armarouge could get gusted in the active and trapped. That'd be annoying. Yeah, that's like bad. I can't move Armarouge. Yeah, I really should. I definitely messed up. I should have attacked with Terapagos to punch this, not Ho-Oh. But attacking with Ho-Oh was really bad. That was my mistake. If I don't attack with Ho-Oh there, I just win. That's my mistake. I thought about it like right as I did it too. I was like, oh, attacking with Ho-Oh is fine because I can't kill it. And I was like, wait, Ursaluna, shoot. Now we're in trouble. They don't have a ton of draw power on board, so they might not have a ton of options, but we'll see. Are you eating pasta to see what it's like to be chipped with wires? Yes, exactly. I have to imagine the way I enjoy pasta has to be how Chip enjoys wires. Another day, another dub. My client feels hella lag. I'm gonna reset it after this. Next turn. That's chill. Please bump my stadium. Please bump my stadium here. Please, please, please. Make me a radio. Might be a little bit of a slow game. I'm just gonna Iona here because these are like good resources to have later. Like getting the plus extra card here probably doesn't make a huge difference. Boombox. I mean, dude, this is sick, man. This is just where I want to be. Let's get it. Pass? I guess. Isn't a complete brick now? Is a questionable before the Iono? Honestly, I would have preferred they didn't Iona me because at this they don't play a stadium. Like this build doesn't play a stadium, so I would have rather just researched everything away there. To be honest, they did help me cycle my deck like one step ahead to find energy though, so that was like nice, I guess. Shout out to my opponent for that one, you know. So you playing a tournament today? Stream title above my head. I'm gonna check out a thing real fast with the bot. Dude, I feel like the bot just is not working how it's supposed to. My goddamn bot. Maybe it's digital. Sobbing the Badoo here seems kind of good. I can go evolve, Latias, Water Pawn, retreat to this guy, patch, sob. Appreciate 12 months there, Chief. Yeah, dude, my bot just is not working how it's supposed to work. It's pretty annoying. Whatever, I'll figure it out later. Oh, no, I don't have it set up correctly, actually. My fault, bot. My fault, bot. I don't know. I think we just keep cycling. Now the question is, do I water pawn here? Because I lose a lot of energy if I water pawn here. But I could kill the Dusclops is like kind of the scary thing at this point, right? The Dusclops is the scary part of their board. I think I do, right? I go KO active, KO Dusclops. And then I'm gonna attach the Prism Energy here. I think this makes the most sense. Remove that threat. Alright, see if this works. Oh my, let's go. Alright, the bot's back. It's doing what I want it to do. Shout out the bot. It's still not fully doing what I want it to do, but it's working good enough. I know it's a deck for big basics, but what about a Pringles ban in the deck? Nope. Did PCG Live layout change? It did, yes. It did change. For the worse, I think. It just feels like it's missing a layer on top. Yeah, look at that. Dude, that Coughing's hanging out, bro. He's having way too much fun. He said chill out. Oh, sure. What are they going? Yeah, going out. They have to go after the Clefairy. Makes sense. Makes sense. Respectable play. Pretty cringe, but, you know, do what you gotta. Oh, wait. We can Mew KO active KO Duskull. Oh, insane. Dude, is this deck broken? It might be. They might need to ban this deck. It's so good. No, probably not. But actually, though, things kind of cracked. Come on, bro. Come on. Get the damage at play. Move it along here. I'm about to body you. And I have bench space for Fez as well, so they just lose. And I Iono them, dude. Or the Iono top deck is that's kind of too much. Come on, I don't need all that. Oh, my Fez is dead. Dude, what are you doing in the discard pile, man? All right, I'm gonna... It's fine, we'll just draw into a... Man, there's some garbage left in this deck, though. Holy smokes, there's so much trash in there. Honestly, that might be one of the reasons you need to play Earthen Vessels. Did I cut the Earthen Vessels? Where are we at with the Vessels? I don't know if we have them or don't have them. I think I don't have them. There might be a reason to play the Earthen Vessels is to discard all this garbage. There's so much garbage in the deck. That's a good enough argument for me, to be honest. I should probably just attach this to the Mew, right? Yeah. I really like the Earthen Vessel for exactly that reason. Also for funny energy. That's sort of helpful. Yeah. Definitely. Only breathe. I think I just hold the hand, right? I could go get another Ho-Oh and accelerate an energy to another Ho. That'd be like the only thing that I think that would be of like benefit here. But they basically have to KO my Clefairy to have a chance to win the game. They go KO Clefairy. And then I want room for Fez plus Clefairy, possibly. Okay. I think I just hold the hand here. Actually, these cards are like pretty low value. Maybe I Ultra Ball them away, actually. Like, oh, Reshiram. No, Reshiram, I could win with Reshiram, though, right? Oh, yeah, shoot. I shouldn't get rid of Reshiram. Fudge. All right, he's cooked. Chalk him. But now I'm forced to find a Night Treasure. Oh, no. So why are you throwing? Just Ho to get more energy in play? No, I just shouldn't. Well, I should grab the Ho, but I'm not gonna. No, I just shouldn't grab anything. Dude, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. All right, just knock out. I should have just held the hand. I think there's got to be at least one Night Treasure prize. Oh, there's one Night Treasure prize. So we're good chance of pulling that as well. No bear in this list? No bear. Oh, Iron Bundle could be decent. Yeah, I could win with Iron Bundle here, yeah. Doesn't Clefairy Energy also win? Yeah, but we're assuming Clefairy dies. If Clefairy doesn't die, we always win. So you always assume Clefairy dies. Oh wait, they're gonna Ursaluna me. They're gonna Ursaluna me. So I need Reshiram. Oh. Yeah, I needed Reshiram. Because I'm definitely getting Ursaluna'd here, right? That's always their play, is Ursaluna knockout. Yeah, I think the Reshiram just for the Ursaluna lineup is like super important, I feel like, to be honest. Should I have just benched the Reshiram then? Maybe I should just bench the Reshiram. If they don't Ursaluna, you just win, no? No, because they could counter catch your KO Clefairy off the bench. Water Pond Snipe? I could Water Pond Snipe, yeah. If they Luna you Water Pond? True. I do Water Pond, yeah. I should have just held it, though. I should have just held the hand. Oh, they could have... they probably don't have Shaman, though. But they could have Shaman. If you have Night Treasure to get back again? Well, we're assuming Iono. We always assume that our opponent has the best play. We assume they have Iono counter catcher KO Clefairy, or Iono Ursaluna KO active is actually just the better play. I'm not sitting here assuming my hand is... otherwise, we obviously just win. We're always analyzing the gameplay assuming that our opponent actually has a good play. Because if our opponent never has a good play, we always win anyways. If they bench Shaman and Ursa, you win with Clefairy? Shaman, Ursa. Oh, so if they have Ursaluna KO Clefairy... Ursaluna KO Clefairy plus Shaman Protect bench. But also if they just go Ursaluna KO active, I have no energy in play for the Wellspring yet anyways. And I'd be getting Iono to 1. So who knows if I even recover from that. Actually, doesn't Ursaluna always lose still, since you just do the Sob Terrapagos thing? Oh, true, yeah. Yeah, then we just hope they don't have a Switch or Turo. But it seems like most... Oh my gosh. It seems like most Dragon Ball players, maybe they're playing around the Sob by doing that. It seems like most Dragon Ball players don't play an out to Sob. Most Dustnor Dragon Ball players don't play an out to Sob. Like, Sob literally just cooks them. praying I don't have an energy. Joke's on you, buddy. We got the nuts. Bonk. Yeah, so I gotta figure out the big thing. I like where the deck is at right now. I'm not gonna lie. I like where we're at. I definitely like where we're at. Are we bonking out here? Donking? What can we donk with? It would just be double ho-oh. It's not gonna happen. It's not worth like playing for. Does Gongo want to go first or second? I think first, but I don't know for sure. You really need to ran if you have Reshiram? Yes. Reshiram doesn't KO a Charizard after they take the first KO. Gonna go first with deck or second? I like second way more. After like we were going first initially and it felt so much worse. Going second feels so much better. Okay. I was attached to this thing. I don't mind drawing one here, I don't think. There's so many Pokemon that I would want. That's pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. Pretty mid. Pretty mid. Because I probably would have just held this hand and then researched again if I had a research in it. Now I have to squawk, which is like, it's not that big of a deal, but it's kind of annoying. I want to clear out the hand so I can actually use Mew next turn. Getting rid of the Ho-Oh is fine. Getting rid of the Armarouge feels weird. I can go get like second Cadet. And then Night Stretcher for the Armarouge back, I guess. Yeah, I kind of want to clear out the hand for Mew next turn. Because I'm good chance I get Badooed here, obviously. Can you just attack with Bundle for 80? I mean, I could. I mean, depending on the situation, depending on the situation, we could. It's like pretty low value. Also, if they ever replace my Stadium, I'd rather have Bundle on the bench and discard it, or just like use Hyper Blower next turn just to get it off my bench just in case of a Stadium bump, because I don't want a Bundle in my active or on my bench. If I can avoid it. Well, on the bench it doesn't matter, but being in the active is not good if they bump my Stadium. If we don't play it on attacking turn 1, you can play one of Badoo. Oh, yeah, I did have the Badoo in here for a game or two, but I ended up cutting it. I think Badoo is probably only good against Raging Bolt, but that might be a popular enough deck to warrant it. Obviously, it can come up in other situations as well where the Badoo is effective, but the matchup would be most consistently good against would be Raging Bolt for sure. Have any advice for someone going to their first regional? Not really. Just don't overthink it. Just playing Pokemon. But if you don't win, don't come back to chat. Remember that. Cleffa in this deck? Cleffa could be fine as well. That'd be like another reasonable inclusion. Just like more. But the thing is, like losing the bench space of those Pokemon, like losing this. Let's see, this sucks. I could give up Mew, but I think giving up this thing is really bad depending on how we draw. But my hand is dead here, so I feel like I have to give up the Charcadet. Yeah, I feel like that makes the most sense. Oh, it feels bad. Play Screamtail EX in it? Yeah, we could play like Screamtail EX Screamtail EX doesn't even seem bad, to be honest. I don't hate that. That's a pretty good draw, actually. We got back into the area 0 pretty quickly, which is nice. What does Screamtail EX do? If you attack with it on your first turn, going second, your opponent can't play a supporter during their next turn. If I Iron Bundle here, they always push Latias, right? Like they never push anything else. They could play 2 Jamming Tower. They probably, in the non-Dusknoir build, that would be reasonable. Oh, that's a really good top deck, actually. Holy smokes. Okay. In the Dusknoir build, I doubt they play... In this build, I doubt they play... We're definitely water pawning here, right? Yeah. Oh, but the thing is, I don't want to use Iron Bundle. See, this is what I was thinking. I was like, that sucks. Yeah, I don't want Iron Bundle. Whatever. Maybe actually just Iron Hand. Losing all this energy is actually just not that good, to be honest, the more I think about it. Yeah, losing all this energy is just actually not that good. I maybe should just Iron Hands for 2. This might just be a mistake. I mean, it's pretty good to KO the Dreepy, right? Like, KOing the Dreepy is like pretty good with the energy. Like, I mean, that's good. Couldn't you hands here? Yeah, I probably should have just hands here, to be honest. But I already retreated to the water pond before I thought about it a little bit harder. F, L, no dubs. They're trying to Pegos KO Latios if they push it off bundle. Yeah, it's actually a good play. I like that. Wait, oh, I could have done that this turn as well, right? No, but getting rid of the Dreepy is kind of cool. I don't know, getting rid of the Dreepy is like kind of cool. But yeah, maybe that was the better play. Keeping Loke countdown is more important than sniping Dusk. No, it's the energy. If they didn't have the energy on the Dreepy, I would have sniped the Duskull for sure. Yeah, it has nothing to do with that, though. It has everything to do with the energy. Like, this turn, I'll probably KO the Duskull. Well, it depends. Depends how many Lokes they have, how many energy they have. And you like to do it in the water pond if you can get rid of Dusk and Loke? Yeah, well, I can't. I'm never getting rid of Dusk and Loke. That's never happening. Honestly, am I doing anything next turn? My hand is just gonna get stuck to Badoo. See, I should have just Iron Hands on the previous turn for sure. I should Iron Hands last turn and then maybe Water Pond to this turn. Yeah, I should Iron Hands last turn and maybe Water Pond to this turn. Maybe. Sob up again. We could sob. We could sob. They might not have a way to move it, to be honest. Well, actually, no. We're not going to sob here. Well, actually, I'll use Iron Bundle, and then if they send up Latios, I guess I could sob it. Well, they kind of... they don't have to. They could push up Dusclops, I guess. I'm probably going to use Iron Bundle here and see what they send, though. I think I'd rather attack with Terrapagos here to preserve energy and play if possible. Actually, no. Getting rid of the Dusclops is pretty important. Ugh, this all just kind of sucks now. I put myself in this situation, though. I'm just going to do this first and see what they do. I heard a gunshot. What do you think of 1 of EXP share? Bad. If you played like 2 or 3, there would be like some merit to it, but you have to play like a high count. I mean, I just have to like snipe this, I guess. I mean, if they don't find their thing, then we're in a pretty good spot, right? They don't find their Neo Upper. If they do find Neo Upper Hawlucha, though, Counter Catcher, KO double both of these. Who is going to be in the tournament? Whoever signs up to play in it. Was that a misplay by them? Not sure, to be honest. Seemed fine. If they were going to send up 1 prize Pokemon, that was the correct one to send up, but... yeah, I don't know. Okay, there's Ursaluna. I'm a little scared. We'll see how it goes though. Definitely winnable. We don't have a lot set up. There's high potential this turn. Reshiram added to the deck. Yeah, we already put Reshiram back. Actually, we never really cut him. We only talked about cutting him. The lack of energy on board is a little scary. Yeah, definitely. I should have definitely Iron Hands for my first 2 prize cards for sure. They found the Neo Upper. Okay. Uh-oh. Real deck or nah? Seems decent for sure. Definitely seems decent. Wait, what would they be chasing besides? Oh, take away the draw power. Sure, that's pretty good. Which tourney is it? Just use command tournament. That tells you all the information. We can get Mew back. I mean, to win the game this turn, I need Clefairy. But I guess we got to get Nitrogen for Mew, draw, and then Ultra Ball. Probably Ultra Ball for Fez, draw, and then go from there. We'll have 7, 8, 9. Oh, wait. I don't have bench space for everything, actually. Maybe benching Therapicos was a misplay, to be honest. Yeah, benching Therapicos was maybe a misplay. 6, 7. I only have 2 bench spaces to work with. That's kind of mid. Oh, Fez is in the discard pile. I guess I can just Nitrogen for Fez then. Actually, that's even better. Close. Maybe 5, 7, 6. All right, let's see. What's on the bottom of my deck right now? So I think I have to grab this, attach to it, evolve to Armarouge pass. I think force him to chase it, basically. I don't really care if they draw prize cards, right? I don't think so. They're to get some energy in play. I don't think that matters. Like, it has to all come through Clefairy anyways. Yeah, I think no, because if I don't put Clefairy in play, then they can just go KO double Armarouge, and I can't get a Clefairy set up next turn. Yeah, energy doesn't matter. Oh wait, that's not true. Well, no, energy doesn't matter, especially if they take a 1-prize knockout, because Retro Ram might not be able to get online ever. If they KO double Armarouge, the energy's just stuck somewhere where I don't want it though. You probably almost want them to, so you can get Fez Draw. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't... Yeah, it is correct to definitely put the Ogre Pawn on the active. It doesn't really matter. I mean, but I guess if they just go like Iono knockout, then, and hope I don't have an energy, then it's good we put a... Yeah, because if they went like Iono... I guess they could go like Iono Punch Iron Hands, hope I don't draw energy. That would be like a play from them they could make. But now this means they need a Gust effect as well to go with it. Maybe they want to put the energy on Clefairy so they don't get double rewarded for chasing Clefairy. No, we have to put the energy on Clefairy. Otherwise, they go Counter Catcher, KO this, Halucha this, KO double Armarouge, and then the energy stuck somewhere else that's not Clefairy, and then they don't have to respect Clefairy going into the next turn. If we don't tactical Clefairy, they just win. Not 100%, but yeah, it's a pretty easy play for them to have. See, now they have to chase. Oh, wait, they're not. Oh, this means they're going to attack with Ursaluna. They're going to... Wait. Oh, maybe they're going to run to Badoo. Yeah, they're going to run to... Well, that would cost their Neo Upper, though. They could attach another energy, retreat to Badoo, Badoo, item lock. It has to be... There has to be Badoo in here, right? That's the only thing that makes sense. Yeah, that's a good... Oh, wait, they went punch 70? That's not as good of a play. That's not as good. Well, my top deck was kind of insane, though. I'll just put it there. I mean, I'm definitely hitting double fire off this. There's no way I whiff. They're like all in my deck. Never worried about it. Was never stressing. Dude, why is this so... Did I not restart the game? Why is this so laggy, bro? Come on. Everything is just like so laggy, not smooth. It's just annoying. It's so annoying, bro. Like, come on. Deck? No, I haven't tried Crustle yet. Is Ogre Box an auto loss to Crustle? I don't know. I've never played the matchup. You have Cornerstones, so I don't know if that's enough though. You're faster than them, and you have Cornerstones that can attack with Water Pond before the Dweebles can become the other guys. But it's probably unfavorable, yeah. Crustle's attack applies weakness, right? You probably just lose, yeah. Oh yeah, I don't play the Bravery Charms anymore as well, so you get away with 3 Prism. I don't know. I haven't tried it. Is Moon strictly cleaning up Gardevoir and Jellicent? The Moon is like, yeah, just for Gardevoir, basically, yeah. Is sobbing this ever the play to like slow them down? Dude, we just get cooked in this matchup, bro. Holy smokes. How do we win this? I mean, I can try and retreat into a 1-prizer, I guess. Or I could sob them. I think I actually... Well, I want to bench a Fez, but I don't want to do it in case they have a slower start. I mean, they probably aren't going to have a slow start. I could sob this. And then hope their Prime Catcher's prized. That would be cool. How many owls do they have in hand? 1 owl? I could sob this. If I retreat to Sharkadet, it still comes. It always comes down to Prime Catcher, right? Does it literally just always come down to Prime Catcher? If I retreat to Sharkadet, though, they can retreat to Fan Rotom. It always just comes down to Prime, so I should just sob, I guess. Yeah. It's like there's no reason for me to lose my energy, right, by retreating. So maybe with that... No, benching the Fez is still bad, though. Benching the Fez is still bad, I think. I mean, my hand is literally dead, so I almost like need them to take a KO, to be honest. Like, if they don't take a KO, my hand is literally just dead. Like going first or second in the Dawn Zekrom deck? I actually don't know yet. I haven't decided what I prefer, to be honest. Yeah, I'm actually not sure. I think probably first. Well, it's just matchup dependent, I think. I don't know. Did you decide on deck for the stream for the tournament yet? Yeah, I'm gonna play Ogre Box. I've been liking first with Mariah as well, but I just have a build with Eels. Well, I think Eels or Magneton, it doesn't change too much whether you'd want to go first or second, to be honest. Like you're playing both times for like the evolution possibility, but is Ogre Box that good? That good what? Like that I would play it in a tournament? Doesn't really matter how good it is of whether or not I played it in a tournament, if that's what you mean. If that's what you mean. But it's like, that deck's fine. Yeah, that deck's fine. Are you playing this for fun, or do you think it's anywhere close to competitive? I don't know. Gotta play with it to figure out. I mean, I could Chi Yu this, though, right? Okay, so Chi Yu in here is pretty good. Let's just push this guy up. Chi Yu this clown? Fez, I guess. Oh, that works. That works. No, it doesn't. It does not work. Ah, okay. Cringe. I have to get Mew now. See more cards. Oh, Chi Yu's prize. But of course. Honestly, maybe I just sniped their lone Hoot off their bench. Otherwise, what else am I attacking with this turn? I could go Terapagos KO. But maybe just removing their Hoot is the better play, to be honest. I guess I'm always grabbing Latios here, though, no matter what, right? Like, no matter what, I'm grabbing Latios, and we'll just see what happens. I could just sob this to trap it for a turn as well. Dude, this is bad. Let me just attach, I don't know, here. Sure, whatever. I have no more bench space when I go bench. What was I want to Chi Yu this, but my Chi Yu's gone. I could Terapagos it, I guess. I feel like we just got to do this. This makes my bench is so ugly, but whatever. Nice, okay. Probably evolve this one. Oh no, Fanrodom can KO this one now. I should have evolved the other one. Idiot, you fool. All right, the question is, what do I do? What do I do? Terrapagos knockout for 2, or snipe the Hoot Hoot? I lean towards snipe Hoot Hoot, to be honest, but I'm actually just not. This leaves a lot of energy in play. But, I mean, this is how they play the game and do what they want to do. I'm actually not sure. Snipe Hoot Hoot kind of fire? It's kind of fire, that's for sure. I actually just don't know, though, to be honest. I just have no clue. I can still retreat. Are we just doing the snipe Hoot? Snipe Hoot seems like the play, and then you hands the leaves. I mean, the leaves is not going to be inactive next turn. This is not going to be in the active on going to the next turn. So, as snipe Hoot? No, that doesn't seem very good. I could just Terrapagos knockout though. That removes 3 energy from play. They have no pivot. They have no mobility on board. All right, I changed my mind. I'm going to Terrapagos play. Change my mind. Let's just remove 3 energy from play. Snipe Hoot KO leaves with Crown Opal. Chat, the Iron Leaves is not going to be in the active next turn. Why would the Iron Leaves be in the active next turn? It's not going to be in the active next turn. It is moving to the bench. The Iron Leaves is not going to be in the active next turn. Lock in. All right, lock it. Lock the fuck in. Lock in right now. I need y'all to lock in. Also, we'd be shuffling 1 Prism Energy back to deck, so we wouldn't be able to use Crown Opal next turn as well. That's a good point, yeah. If they had nothing next turn, they're retreating to Fan Rotom and passing. If they have nothing next turn to work with, they are 100% just going to retreat to Fan Rotom and pass. So the question just becomes, yeah. The Iron Leaves is never just sitting in the act of being like, look me. Also, my bench is locked out of Iron Hand, so that's never a possibility. The Opal would be a possibility. However, actually, no, it wouldn't. The Opal wouldn't even be a possibility there. Okay, that's a good sign. You like seeing? You love to see that. That's sick, man. That's such a sick play. Holy smokes, they're cooking. Absolute fire. Oof, 2 nest balls? Dude, chill. Calm down. It's too good. Absolutely incredible maneuvers. Big bro got the E-switch. The E-switch would be scary, yeah. Imagine if they just have... Dude, they could knock me out here. Oh, do they need a lot, though? They need... Oh, shoot. Ogerpon, Grass, E-switch, Latias. Fighting energy. What if you snipe the Hoot with Fez? That's just bad. I'd rather use the Water Pond, because then it snipes up the Iron Leaves to be sniped with Water Pond later. We'd always definitely use Water Pond to punch the KO the Hoot Hoot off the bench. Because then it sets it up to be KO'd with Water Pond. Why not boss? Because I don't think we need it. No way. Do they have it? No way. Do they have the nuts? No, bro. What? Oh my, dude's so lucky, man. All right, what is our play then? Well, it just has to be Legacy Energy now, I think. A Legacy knockout with Clefairy or something. What a sack. Okay, when the Hoot was the play? No, I think his play was still fine. Might have been. Just because your opponent had the play, that's not how you analyze gameplay. You Kevin Durant for knockout? Oh shoot, could I have? What does the guy do? Yeah, I guess I could have. True. Yeah, I could have Duranted there. Oops. What do I want to attack with here? Knockout with Mew, but that seems bad. Yeah, knockout with Mew is bad for sure. I guess it doesn't really matter what I take the KO with. Well, there has to be like a best thing to take the KO with, right? I guess I could Crown Opal if I whiff. Like if I just get a Prism but not the Legacy. Stretcher Ant. Just get the ramp back. Yeah, maybe. Do we just get back the Ant? Well, no, I guess we always do this, right? Because we could always just Crown Opal if we whiff, I think. Ideally, we draw Legacy Energy and then Unified Beatdown Knockout. Or maybe I just swing for the KO anyways, though, to be honest. And hope that they whiff. That's actually not unreasonable. I think I'm always playing the Iono, though, so let's play it. Us being bench locked here is pretty bad, to be honest, but... Alright, well, I think I just go for the knockout. I could... Oh, no, I didn't even get the Prism to do the other thing anyways. Yeah, we just always swing here. Yeah, just swing. Sure, whatever. Bonk. Oh, I should have attached return. I didn't even realize I didn't attach. ANKO with the mill was funnier though. That is true. No, the ANKO was actually no, it wasn't correct, right? The Crown Opal play is always the play for. I was gonna say the ANKO was actually correct, but actually it's not correct, I don't think. Is there ever a sob angle? I have no idea what mobility cards Vault plays nowadays. No, there's no sob angle. I mean, if we saw a Raging Ball in the active, we just probably lose. If they just got it. The problem about the situation anyways, though, is that they can always just run to Baby Ball, and I don't have an answer to that, so... that'd be pretty bad. I guess I could, like, Iono Armarouge punch it. Or something. I have no bench space for, like, Iron Bundle, Iron Hands. But, like, theoretically, for our current board, like, we shouldn't have... I think like too many shenanigans in play. But the Baby Ball, you could go Mew, Snipe, Fez. Oh, true. What the heck? Yo, wait. Yo, please attack with Baby Ball. That would be so sick. I didn't even think about that. That's true. We actually do have an answer for the Baby Ball. So I guess their best play is like Fan Rotom KO this guy then. No, then I could win with Water Pawn. You think Rocket's Music could be a legit play for this format? No. Ooh, hold on. We might be cooking, folks. Yeah, they actually don't have anything they can run to. But do they realize that? Is there a reason to keep the area zeros? The stadiums aren't going to get bumped, right? At this point, no. But that was nothing I was ever. That's the last time I was ever prioritizing, right? Wait, how did they not? They just lose on board. They must have just not noticed. Running to Baby Ball is always their best play because I need an energy to actually win. All right, cool. Another dub. Well, I don't know what I'm up against, but I mean, it's probably Grimmsnarl, I guess. I could have attached to the Ant. Sure. Pass. Yeah, EV Box is... Yeah, I mean, the deck's like... It's just like a fine deck. It's like nothing crazy. It's just very much a fine deck. But for the current metagame... I mean, things are looking better for it, but yeah. We're gonna find your Discord link. Or do you have to pay to be in it? You do not have to pay. Just put command Discord in chat, and I'll give you the link. How do you join online tourneys? Put command online tournaments in chat. I'll give you the link to the video to tell you how to do it. What could be added to the Raging Bolt and No Owl to fix the Ethan Typhlosion matchup? Nothing, just a bad matchup. Those kind of matchups are like so unfavored that you wouldn't want to tech for them. Teching for a matchup that is as unfavored as Ethan Typhlosion versus Bolt No Owls just hurts the rest of your matchup percentages too much to the point where it's not worth teching for Ethan Typhlosion. One thing that got better for Flareon would be Golden Go being better so you can run into the matchup more. Yeah, basically, yeah. The deck didn't change from the new set. Yeah, the deck didn't change from the new set, so the question just becomes... At that point, the question just becomes... kind of annoying. The question just becomes... How good is the... What am I thinking? Well, I'm thinking of something. The question becomes something. How good is it in the metagame? That's what I'm thinking of. Borscht. What deck is more boring, Dango or Raging Bolt? Depends if it's Bolt, No Owls. But I would say Golden Go and Bolt, No Owls are like equally boring. I don't really want to put this in play just so it like accrues damage, right? Like I just kind of want to like do this. Grab one energy to put in the discard pile so I can nitrogen for one if I want to, and then Hatch Prism, play research, and I'm just gonna stop this for a turn while I set up theoretically eventually. Nitrogen for Armarouge is fine, but I want to save my nitro. I want to like conserve my nitrogen if possible. Roaring Moon's pretty mid. I won't need Latios for a while as well, so I'm gonna do this to get a cadet. And then I'll go Area Zero Iono next turn. Wait, does Sob work in this matchup? They can't move this thing, right? No, they can't move this thing. Chat, didn't he say moderator would drop Discord link? No, if you put command Discord in the chat, you'll get the link for the Discord. You think Garchomp will see more play after the release of Mega Evolutions? I don't know. I don't think about future formats. Don't ask me questions about future formats. You think online tournaments should be closed lists to better simulate IRL tournaments? No, I think TO should do whatever they want. Training open list isn't as skilled as closed. I do agree. I think closed deck list is a higher skill level, but I think there is a solid reason for... There's like definitely a solid reason for wanting to do... There definitely is a solid reason for wanting to do closed deck lists because it prevents people from just like cheating. It just like mitigates the cheating factor, which is reasonable to want to mitigate for sure. Some Mickeys are closed events. Yeah, some people do closed events as well. Dude, this is annoying. I just don't even know how I want to tackle this situation, to be honest. Do I maybe just attack with Ho-Oh this turn and just heal the damage? I wanted to kill this thing, but now they have Shaman protecting their bench from my water guy. Maybe I just play it more aggressively and just Iron Hands, though. Do I just Iron Hands here? I kind of hate everything about this situation. This is not good. Yeah, maybe I just try and play the matchup fast, right? So Iron Hands this turn. Iron Hands this turn, knockout. Durant next turn. Oh, I don't have bench space for Latios here. I guess I don't need Latios here. It would just be nice to have Latios here. Okay, sure. Well, Well, no, I got a lot of, well. But I want to play this. Kind of unfortunate. I'm going to play this. Play Latias. Using my Nitro for Durant now does not feel good. But I whiffed energy for Iron Hands. Maybe I just like Ultra Ball away these two. When did this cadet come into play? Did I mention this turn or last turn? I got it this turn. One, two, three, four, five, six. Durant space. Fez space. So I could just commit to Fez now, I guess. In case I start chasing stuff. Sure. I think that seems fine. I don't know. We will see how this goes. Dude. Alright. I can't get a single fire energy, bro? Come on. This is not good. I don't think sobbing another... I could... Like, the only other thing to, like, consider there would be to, like, sob for another turn, but that sounds terrible, so... Why the Chiyu? It's good against Golden Go. That's about it. We probably... I think we probably lose this one. We'll see. We'll see. The chance that I find the ant here is just so low. Is the game PC only? No, you can play on your phone. I mean, I don't know. I guess if they just like, end up punching our active or something, maybe we'll be fine. We'll see. We'll see. What version of Pult do you consider the best in the current meta? No clue. I don't really have an opinion on that. Shark, like, they can't kill this, right? Yeah, they can't kill this. Okay, maybe we're chilling. I was gonna push Latias, but that doesn't seem good either. We'll see how their turn goes. Weird bundle. Yeah, the bundle just feels... Yeah, it just feels kind of weird there. If you whiff an ant attack turn, is it just attack with Ho to heal your board? Possibly. Well, I have Iron Bundle here, though, so I can Iron Hands for 2. So I probably just Iron Hands for 2 here, to be honest. If I didn't have Bundle, though, yeah, attacking with Ho here seems fine for sure. I don't know, maybe attacking with Ho is... I heal so much damage if I attack with Ho. Maybe attacking with Ho is still the correct play, to be honest. Pushing Latias gets railed by Cactus. True. I didn't really think about Cactus at all, I'm not gonna lie, Curry. But I guess I probably should have considered Cactus. Well, I guess I just KO it with my Latias, though. I mean, that's still kind of... That's pretty bad, though, to be honest. That is pretty bad. Railed by Cactus. Unlucky. Knocking out the Grim might just be the better play, though. Yeah, knocking out Grim is actually probably the better play here, to be honest. Well, we'll see, actually, if I draw an out to the Durant. I'll probably Ant if I can Ant. What was I hoping to get off this? A Char Cadet? Yeah. Huh. I've never drawn... Oh, no. That's not true. I could draw one with Mew here. I can thin these out. Grab. This is the most dead card. If I draw research here. See what we get. Clefairy KO here. Wait, does Clefairy KO here? One, two, three, four, five, six, 2, 8. No, it doesn't KO here, right? So I'm currently whiffing the Night Stretcher. But I could still get it. I think we play for the Night Stretcher still here. So I'm just gonna I'll still attach this energy. Okay, nice. What is the best card we could possibly mill here? Oh, insane. Got him. I want to keep the Durant set up, and I want to keep Iron Hand set up as much as possible, right? So I just go like fire, fire, and then 1 prism. Oh wait, this only KOs if they had. Oh no, they only drew 1 prize card. Yeah. Frost Size matters here because they only drew 1 prize card. It seems like they just don't have enough gas in the tank, to be honest, at this point. I feel like we're in a pretty good spot. We'll see though. Yeah, they can't even do like a big multi-prize turn this turn. And I have hands set up as a threat to like win the game, so they're too powerful. I guess some kind of Maractus play would be pretty annoying though, right? Yeah, Maractus would be... If they play Maractus would be pretty annoying here, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Cactus is the only threat. But I guess I can attack with everything, so it's not that big of a threat. But it is like their only win condition. There's no way they would play Arvin over Researcher if they could, right? Maybe. I guess maybe it guarantees the Cactus play. They don't play Cactus Trust? They might not. Prism is pretty broken, huh? Not really. It's just a good card. I want to say it's broken. Wait, hang on. Is the tournament started yet? 2 minutes. Okay. I got time. Uh-oh. Cactus time? Okay, that is a terrible thing to bring up if you're going to Cactus. Are they just going to replace my stadium and hope I misplay? Devo. Maybe they just don't realize I have Latios in play. I don't know. I don't know. You discard the research they probably would have played. They probably would have liked that research, yeah. I honestly just don't, yeah. I mean, there's no, this is not a real play. I mean, I hope I don't have an energy, I guess. I don't know. I feel like this play was like missing a piece, but I guess I don't, what else would they do anyways, right? I guess, yeah, I don't even know what else they would do anyways. I guess this hopes I don't have an energy in hand at the very least. But like, why even countercatcher? No, they still have the countercatcher there. No, why even countercatcher? They must have just forgot I have free retreat. That's the only thing that makes sense. Cooking. Cooked. Insane. Broken deck. Honestly, the best part about this deck is Sob. The Sob is literally the best part of this deck.